Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, my subscribers. I'm so excited to have you with me today, and I'm basically going to be doing a dilemmas video today. So I went on my Instagram and I went ahead and asked you guys if you have any dilemmas that you would want me to answer on my YouTube channel. Obviously on my Instagram I always have Q&As and stuff like that, and you guys always get a response from me through there, but I did let you know that it would be through my YouTube channel. So this is going to be anonymous, don't worry. I'm not going to say your name or your handle or anything like that. No one will know it's from you, and I'll just put out the answer here just in case there's some other people that are also going through the same thing, and I just wanted to, you know, do the best that I can to answer since you guys asked me. So just a disclaimer, I am not a counsellor, I'm not a professional counsellor or anything like that. This is just people who reached out to me and asked me to you know, give them solutions and stuff to their dilemmas, and that's what I'm doing. So let's get straight into the video. Hold on a second. Just gonna sip a little bit of my drink. Okay guys, so the first one is a bit heavy. Okay, this is a bit heavy. My boyfriend cheated with my best friend. Do I stay or leave? Okay, so honey, this is the thing, right? Matters of the heart are very person specific. What works for you and what works for me are not necessarily going to be the same, but what I would say to you is, in all honesty, you need to pray about it. That's the first point of call. You need to pray about it, because at the end of the day, there is no way that you can just make a physical decision and just decide and stick to it. You need it to be backed up by something, you know what I mean? So it's better you pray about it and make a decision after prayer, because that's the best way to do it. That one is such a sticky one. And as for your best friend, personally, I would have to say that she's not a best friend. I'm sorry to say, but people like that you do not need in your life. A best friend is so much more than just, you know, going out and just spending time and doing whatever. It's also, when it comes to this kind of stuff, you know, loyalty, and I just feel like that's someone that you don't need in your life. But again, just pray about it and make your decisions after prayer. Don't respond based on emotion. You need to definitely take time out, really evaluate both situations, the situation with your friend, the situation with your boyfriend, and really see whether or not it is worth continuing, in all honesty. Because at the end of the day, people do make mistakes, but sometimes you can see patterns, and once you've seen those patterns, there's certain situations that it's just better to let go of. But as I said prior, the first point of call is to pray about it, and definitely you will get clarity on those situations. But yeah, feel free to reach out to me if you need anything else. Like, I'm here, and yeah, that's the best advice that I can give you personally. And if anyone else is going through something similar, literally you need to pray. Take time out, pray, get your emotions on the table, and just take time out. That's the best way to deal with such situations, because they are very, very sensitive issues. Okay, the second question that we're going to go with is this one. Basically it says, my best friend wants to be more than friends. Do I try it or not, as I don't want to ruin our friendship? So this is the thing. This is actually I feel like it's such a beautiful situation, because if someone is your best friend, genuinely, like, you know each other, you're comfortable with each other, you're compatible with each other, that is always the best relationship to be in. If you're not friends with your partner, then it's just not going to work. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be very difficult for the oil to keep on going, for the engine to keep on running. Like, if you're best friends with a person, everything is always going to be so much easier and so much better to deal with. So I would personally say pray on it as well. However, that is a good situation to be in, and because you're best friends, like, even if it doesn't work out in that way, or if you just see that, you know what, we don't work being together, we're better as best friends, then that relationship should still stay. You get what I mean? And if you have that communication, open communication and everything, it should be all good. So I would say pray about it, but that is just a beautiful situation to be in all honesty. That's what I would say to that one. So yeah, if anything else comes up, please don't hesitate to DM me and I'll get back to you as well. Okay, the next question is, my parents keep pushing me to get married. How do I get them to stop? Okay, this is a bit vague because I don't know your age and a little bit more of the situation, but this is the thing. Parents ideally would want you to get married. Any parent out there generally would want you to get married, and if maybe you're more interested in your career at the moment or more interested in whatever you're doing at the moment, that's perfectly acceptable and that's perfectly fine as well. But you know, it's actually a good wish for someone to wish that on you, like marriage for you. But as well, if you don't maybe want to get married, or if you're just not looking to do that at the moment, I would just say sit down with your parents, have a conversation with them, you know, pray about wisdom as well as to how to deal with the situation, how to handle the situation, because it can get very bad real quick, can go from 0 to 100 really quickly. But generally it is a nice thought, you know, for you to want your child to be married and stuff like that. So just have a conversation with them and just be like, you know what, this is where I'm at right now, this is what I want for me right now, like just please just be supportive of, you know, my choice and my decision, but don't shun them out at the same time. That's what I would advise personally. Yeah, but if anything else, if you want to tell me more details and we can just talk about it one-on-one, that's not a problem. You can go ahead and DM me again on Instagram and we can just talk about it. Yeah. The fourth question is, oh, this is a tricky one. My mum doesn't want me to date this guy. How do I get her to understand and love him too? Oh, sorry, how do I get her to understand that I love him? See, this is one thing that is very, very, very tricky, because you know something, 9 times out of 10 your mum actually sees stuff before you do when it comes to these kind of situations. So in all honesty, she'll actually be saving you a lot of things that to stop you from going through certain things that you don't need to go through. And you know, it's so easy to be emotionally driven and to just be invested in something that you're not willing or able to see beyond that. Do you understand? Like, if you're inside a situation, you can't see the same way other people who are outside of the situation are able to see. Do you get what I'm saying? So I would genuinely say pray on it. Everything, pray on it. That's the first point of call. However, take a minute to talk up to her and see where she's at, because sometimes, yeah, someone can just be like, you know what, no one is good enough for my daughter, which of course, you know, parents can be that way at times, but it might actually have, you know, basis. It might, there's no smoke without fire. It might actually have a reason to that that you might actually need to look into, which can save you in the future. So I would personally say just pray on it, have a conversation, and try to be open to see what is it that she is seeing that you are missing, because there might actually be something. But yeah, that's what I would say. That's what I would say personally. But again, you as well, you're free to DM me if you want to, and we can go further and talk about it. Yeah, so the next one is this one, which says, I don't know whether to go to uni or just I don't know whether to go into uni or to just follow the property job I have already. What do I do? Okay, so with this one, if you see my previous videos on, you know, what it was like graduating during lockdown and stuff like that, this is what I would say. When it comes to uni is not something you do just because it's something you've been told to do, or it's something that everyone is doing, or you feel it's gonna make you socially accepted. Uni is something you do because you want to do that yourself, for yourself, okay? Because there's money involved, a lot of loans, a lot of money, there's time invested in that, a lot of it as well. It's got a lot of stress attached to it. It's also got a lot of joy connected and attached to it. but you need to think long term. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not just something you do for the sake of doing. Basically, people go to uni so that they can be able to earn more money when they graduate. That's the whole point of going to uni, and have a qualification and everything. However, if you're already in a property job and you didn't specify whether that's what you want to do, but if that is what you want to do, I would personally say, if you need something you've genuinely thought about and you definitely want to go to it, you've done your research, you've checked the universities, you've checked how much money it's going to cost you, you've looked into your finances and how you're going to be able to do everything, because I'm not sure how old you are, but what I would say is speak to your company and, you know, let them know where you're at, if that's somewhere that you're looking to stay, and take that role, continue working there, and do uni part-time if that's something you really want to do. If you really want to do both, you are able to do that for sure. But what I would say is dig deep and really do your research, because at the end of the day, you want finances, you also want to have qualifications, but you need to balance it out. Do you get what I'm saying? If, for example, that property company is where you would want to actually stay long term, then I don't think they would have an issue with you doing university part-time, or even other top-up courses that you could do to see if that's genuinely what you want to do before you go ahead and pay a whole loan, you know, a whole student finance loan and stuff, which is going to be more expensive to pay back anyway. There's so many free courses now, so much going on online, everything is online anyway. So if, you know, if it was for the uni experience, that's not really going to be there at the moment, but just do a course whilst you're working and see if that's really what you want to be doing, and then from there it will kind of open your eyes and give you more clarity as to what to do. But number one is to pray for direction and to see where you need to be, what you need to be doing, and that's always going to be the best way, because you have your own plans, but at the end of the day, if those are not what you need to be doing, it won't always go to plan. So it's better to just already have direction before you make such big decisions. So this is the next question, guys. I'm struggling to leave the church I'm in, but I know it's time. So okay, this is a very sensitive question, very sensitive question. My only answer for this one is pray about it. That's it. Pray about it. Take time out to pray completely. Remove yourself from every other situation. Switch off your phone, switch off everything. Just take a time out from everything else and pray without distractions. That's the best answer I could possibly give you, because there's so much involved, there's so much invested, and that is something you definitely need clarity over, extreme clarity. But at the same time, you said that you know it's time, so if you already know, then it makes it a little bit easier. If you've already got that confirmation from within yourself, it makes it a bit easier to go ahead and make that decision. But you need to be in prayer about that to make sure that that is what you need to be doing, rather than maybe you're being led by emotions or maybe you're being led by circumstance. It needs to be a directed decision that is not just because you're making it, and that is a very, you know, sensitive situation, very difficult situation to be in, and I would definitely say go ahead and DM me for that one, and we'll have a conversation about that. But yeah, that's literally it, guys, and I hope you liked this video, and any other dilemmas you have, go ahead and DM me and we'll talk about it. Yeah, you don't need to wait for Q&A. Go ahead and just ask me and we'll talk about it. I'll do the rest on another video, and I hope you have an amazing day, guys, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.